There have been a lot of changes over the years to Rainbow Six Siege. How does one simple phrase completely change the entire meta? First, we have to go back all the way to September 5th, 2017. Operation Blood Orchid. Honestly, it seems like a lifetime ago. Operators Ella, Lesion, and Ying all came out this season, as well as a new map. All the operators that came out were completely overpowered. They were meta-changing operators, and quite literally nothing compared to when they first came out. But this isn't about the new map, or even the broken operators that did come out this season. This is about the old mechanics. I want you to watch this video from Blood Orchid and focus on the gunplay.
Yo, 10 HP and tellers, Valkyrie. There's a chance to get a clip.
Bro, well, stop.
Critical bomb diffuser activated. Diffuser located. Disable it. Op 4 last operator. And then usually tweets saying I'm
Now I want you to watch this video of me getting slammed. Let's run this back. Let's... Notice anything? Yeah, how about how fast the old movement was compared to now? With this quick movement, one player really started to make a name for himself. You might have heard of him.
I wanted that drop. That's a clip.
Op 4 last op.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking shit! Holy fuck! Why you gotta do that to me? Oh.
Thermite. Okay, let's back up a second.
Op 4 has located a bomb. You know what to do.
Quickly, the bolo lean was becoming a very popular way to get kills just because of how easy it is and how overpowered it truly was. The game was very fast-paced, but everyone was the same speed, so it balanced out. The main way of getting kills involved unkillable pixels and insane angles. Also, on top of the movement being faster, bullet holes were still in the game and were very broken, giving another reason for players to hold angles instead of initiating gunfights. But players could not hold on to this mechanic for much longer. The bolo lean epidemic would soon reach a breaking point, and Ubisoft nerfed movement, and then nerfed the movement even more later on. With this slowdown movement, players would soon need to find a way to adapt, and they sure did. Let's fast forward to 2020, where Operation Shadow Legacy was announced. This season brought some very cool changes, with Zero being announced as this season's operator. Bring back 2 operators coming out every season, please. Also, with this season brought a Tachanka rework, but more importantly, it introduced the 1.5 scope, the best scope that Siege has ever introduced. But this will become even more important later. The season before was Northstar. This season gave us 2 new operators, how it should be, with Ace and more importantly Melusi. The meta at this point was the peak of the utility meta. Now if you don't know what the utility meta is, consider yourself pretty lucky. Trap operators ran supreme, and with the introduction of a very good trap operator like Melusi, it only maximized the utility meta even further. It was pretty much shoot gadget simulator with a much smaller focus on the gunplay. At this point in time, a lot of people became nostalgic about the old Siege movement and gunplay, and Siege was not in the best state and needed a change. This was also the first time I heard the game-changing phrase that came out of my teammate's mouth. Pause. Who wrote this script? Am I even real? Is anything even real? That phrase was, of course, the famous phrase, swing or be swung. And at first, I laughed, but then it hit me. Wait, that's actually facts. This one phrase completely changed my mindset while playing Siege. There's this thing called perspective in Siege, and it's quite literally the only game I've ever played that has this, which is what makes this game so unique. But perspective basically works like this. If you swing someone and peek your whole body into the door, the enemy will not have any time to react to you drilling them in the head, because there is a delay on your screen when someone actually shows up, meaning that any time you peek someone, you have the advantage, not the other person. When I first found this out, I thought, ain't no way. Ain't no way I've been playing this game for 7 years and never knew that. But in this, the phrase swinger be swung was born. But the playstyle was not that popular, because this was still not common knowledge a lot of people had in the Siege community. Also, the utility meta was still largely at play, and even more reinforced with Melusi coming out. But a change was coming. Eventually, Melusi got nerfed into nothing what she originally was, and Ubisoft was doing everything that they could to get us out of the utility meta. But what came next was arguably even worse. The team deathmatch meta. This is the root of all evil. The devil in disguise. This was the TDM meta. At first, it was amazing. Fast-paced gunplay, less droning, more chaos. But it's kind of like eating a whole container of Oreos. The diabetes is still coming. Who wrote this? Who actually fucking wrote this script? Because it wasn't me. It wasn't me, bro. Yeah, it wasn't me, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bro, we all know it was you who wrote it. Bro, come on. I'm gonna go kidnap this guy's family. Anyways, the TDM meta was all aim, no brain to the max. People were legit just playing Call of Duty and getting rewarded for it. With the introduction of the 1.5 scope playing a big part into shaping the meta, who actually wanted to reinforce when you could just swing the whole team with Oryx 1.5 or Warden 1.5? The TDM meta completely ignored what made Siege Siege. It's kind of like fast food. It's good, but then your stomach starts hurting and you regret your decision. The TDM meta was fun, but it's not what made Siege fun. Running around gunning everyone is fun, but that's not why I wanted to play Siege. The TDM meta was Call of Duty with special abilities. It's like everyone forgot how to hold X to reinforce and instead just decided to spawn peek and die. But it somehow gets worse. Rank 2.0, the greatest invention of all time, sarcasm, introduced in Solar Raid, helped push the TDM meta to the core front. That's not a word, bro. I just made that up. That sounded good though. That sounds like a word. This was peak TDM meta, with Warden 1.5s just running around and gunning everyone. If you don't know, Rank 2.0 first came to the game to get casual players to start playing ranked, but ended up completely screwing up the ranking system in the process. What happened was, more games equals better rank, so the highest rank in the game had an increase of thousands of players. It did not get better, but just played more games. With this combined with the TDM meta, you get people that should be in Plat and Champion, and eventually paying for it deeply. Because fast forward to a couple seasons later to where we are now, if you did in fact get a higher rank than you deserve in Rank 2.0, the game now thinks that you should always be playing that skill level and are probably not having a good time in Ranked right now. But in the current state of Siege, this is the first season where the TDM meta is starting to become less viable. Because of the removal of the 1.5 and trying to slow down the gunplay even more, we're definitely on the right track. But we really can't get anywhere if the rank system is completely messed up, and if you're wondering just how bad it really is, I recommend watching my last video as I go into just how bad Rank 2.0 really is. That's gonna do it for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, subscribe.